Welcome to Python tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to look into string formatting. So, what is string formatting? String formatting is styling an output in a particular order, right? So, we want to style our output in a particular order. We want them to appear, this to appear before this or that before that, right? So now, let's get into it. Okay, so for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to look into the .format method and the fstring method. But for this video, we are going to be looking at the .format method. So the syntax is string.format, then you add your value, right? So now let's do some coding. All right, so now we have her name is Lucia and she is 15 years old. So let's run. Of course, this is our traditional way of running this, right? So let's format this by using the .format method, right? So we say print and have our parentheses, and we'll say okay, her name is, we'll have our curly braces here, all right, and she is another curly braces, okay, years old. Okay, so now we have our .format and we have our parentheses. Then we want to save her name, which is Lucia. Then of course it's a string, so we'll add it, we'll put it inside a string. So Lucia, and here we'll have our comma and say 15, and then run. Of course, you can see her name is Lucia and she is 15 years old. Okay, so now you have seen this. It takes, like, by order, it takes, like, by default, this Lucia goes into this and age and 15 goes into this, right? So now if we want to specify, okay, let's copy this to make specifics and say, all right, why all right, so I think we go up to, okay, so now we'll have to say here we can use indexing. Okay, I have 0 and we have 1. Okay, so let's run. As you can see, her name is Lucia and she's 15 years old. Okay, so I hope you understand the important, like the way indexes works in Python, because this is not 1 and this is not 2. It starts from 0. Okay, so now let's do the same thing and let's just play with the value a bit. And let's say here we say 1 and here we say 0. Of course, her name is 15 and she is Lucia years old. All right, so this is how it actually works. So now another way we can do this is to store them inside a variable, right? So we'll say name is equal to Lucia, and then we'll say age is equal to 15, right? And now we want to say print. Okay, let's copy these. Okay, let's copy these and paste it here to save time. Okay, and here we want to change this to name, and here I want to change this to age, and here I want to remove these and this, and then we run. You can say her name is Lucia and she's 15 years old, of course. So now you can see we can use the variable in which we store this inside and add it here, and of course we get our answer. So now you can also use the indexing and say, okay, 0 and say 1, and then you run. Of course you have the same thing, right? So one common mistake people who started using Python or who started coding on Python make is that they come and they say, okay, they say name and they say age, and when you run you have this error, key error, all right? Yeah, name, all right, that is to show you that this name is not a keyword. So what Python is simply telling you is that, let's copy this. There is another way to format this, and it is called keyword. So if I say name name is equal to name and age is equal to age, right? Name is equal to name and age is equal to age. So when I come here and I run this, watch out, you say her name is Lucia and she is 15 years old. Okay, so let's make another example by using repetition. Okay, and in this example we will look at, okay, let's say what are we gonna say? Let's say you have some work to do. Okay, so let's say activity. Okay, let's say equals work. Let's say work. All right, then let's say let's say school. Okay, let's store it in the variable. Oh no, this is not gonna work. All right, so now we have activity, which is equal to work, and kind is school, right? So now let's use string formatting to do this, and we'll say okay, let's use our print, and we'll do this, and we'll say okay, you have some schoolwork, right? Curly braces, right? Give a space and have curly braces, schoolwork to do. Okay, and here we'll call our dot format method. All right, and we'll have our parentheses, and here we'll have our activity. Let's just copy and paste. And here we'll have our kind. Okay, so now we have our activity and we have our kind. As you can see, say you have some work school to do. Wow. Okay, now so let's specify and say this is 1 and this is index 0. And let's run. Of course, you can see you have some schoolwork to do. So now when we want to say something like, when we want a repetition, we can do this and say 0. And of course, you can see you have some work to do, right? So this is generally how you do your dot format string formatting. So another thing we want to quickly look at, though the time is getting long. So another thing we want to look into quickly is the precision, all right? The precision method. Okay, so the dot format method allows you to specify the amount of precision you need. So let's say pi is equal to 22 divided by 7. Right, so let's run this and then let's call on pi, and of course we have 3.14. Now I want to print pi, but we want to print it the actual one you see, which is 3.14. right? So now we say print the value of pi is, we have our curly braces, and right, is 3.14. all right, so now we want to call our dot format method and parentheses, and then we'll call on pi, right? So when we run, we'll have pi, the value of pi is 3.11. okay, so now I want to specify the what we want it to like produce, like want to specify 3.14. okay, so we can say p is equal to pi, right? So now when we call on p, we'll put p here, you run it, you can see the value of pi. So the way to do this string formatting, the first thing you have to do is that you say p, then you have our width, let's say give it a width of 1, then we'll have the precision. How many values do we want? We want 2 values, then we run. Okay, sorry, I forgot to put f. actually say, oh, p is not defined. So p is equal to this, and then we run. Of course, we have the value of p of pi is 3.14. So now let's copy this and here, all right, I want to show you something, and here we change this to 5. As you can see, there is a lot of white space here. All right, we have a lot of white space, and when we change this to 10, of course we have it increases. So the middle one is the amount of space we want here, right? So now we want to grab up to 8. So we'll say 1 2 3 4. Okay, let's say 4, and we'll come here and we change this to 4, and we run. Of course, you can see 3.1429. So Python does the approximation for us, as you can see. So this is it for this video, and I hope you actually like it, and I hope I've been able to treat the dot format method of string formatting. So see you on the next one, where we're looking at the f string method of Python formatting. Thank you.